Now, and our panel this morning, Josie Pagani, Child Fund New Zealand Chief Executive, and Matty McLean, the Hits Drive co-host. Welcome back, team. Right, Josie, I want to come to you very briefly on the situation in the Middle East, because we've spoken to the former Prime Minister Helen Clark about it earlier. We spoke to our reporter out of Doha. But to me, this looks like the kind of, not the easy option, but the least destructive button that Iran could have pushed in response to the US strikes, and hopefully this will now mean de-escalation.
Yeah, to me it looks a little bit like when they assassinated under the last Trump administration General Soleimani, where we all thought, oh God, this is going to escalate into crisis, Middle East war, and it's going to become World War III. And there was a sort of token retaliation from Iran. And hopefully this is what this is, enough to save face, but it's not going to escalate. I do think, I listened to your interview with Helen Clark, and I think New Zealand can take a stronger position around the international law stuff without isolating themselves. They can be diplomatic, but clearly it is against international law, and that does matter to us, Ryan. If we're going to say the rules don't matter, then China can march into Taiwan tomorrow.
No, I agree with that. And that is really the point that gets me, is that one day when this happens in our backyard, we're going to be...
and what if the rest of the world is going, oops, don't say anything,
no, exactly.
And so on. So I think we can, without diplomatically isolating ourselves, we always have taken a tough position on the rules, rule of law, international law, because we're so small and we depend on it. So I think Helen Clark's absolutely right about that.
All right, let's go to this other important story this morning, which is Coca-Cola going viral for being what has been called a fridge cigarette.
I hate this. I hate it so much.
What is it? I've never heard of that.
I had only heard about it this morning.
Yeah.
Someone was saying...
We're not experts, Ryan. We're not experts.
Cracking open a can of Coke is like having a cigarette was in the 90s. It was very much I can sigh of relief, I can relax myself by having a little ciggy. You can do the same with a can of Coke, but as someone who does enjoy a can of Coke from time to time, the idea of calling it a fridge cigarette is disgusting.
So I thought, when I first read this story, I thought it was the sort of food Nazis, gosh, we do misuse that word, Nazis, wasted on food Nazis, but telling you what to eat and that Coke's bad for you.
No, it was almost people proudly saying, this is my fridge cigarette and I'm going to smoke it or drink it.
That's interesting is that, have you noticed that smoking cigarettes, and you did the international signal for smoking cigarettes, is coming back as a sort of trendy thing with young people. I hate to say that.
I've heard about this.
But you're seeing it in movies, you're seeing movie,
and
scenes of people smoking. Pop stars.
Who's the pop star that's sort of Charlie XX or Triple X or whatever she is?
Matt?
XCX. She's smoking in some of her music videos, or at least holding a cigarette.
Yeah.
And Lorde took a photo with a cigarette in her hand.
So suddenly it's cool again. I don't know how that happened. It was because everybody's vaping and,
Yeah. Matty, we're looking at you. You
might tell us why. I'm the cool kid, or I'm in touch with the youth.
Yeah, you're the cool kid.
You're on the hits.
Ryan's the second cool kid, and I'm not.
That is a bit scary because people do look at what Charlie XCX and Lorde and stuff are doing, and if they're smoking a cigarette, that's how we've gotten ourselves into the situation with vapes in the first place.
So how did vaping go out of fashion?
I don't know.
Matt?
Cigarettes.
Don't look at me. I don't vape. I don't smoke cigarettes. I just drink my fridge cigarette.
Your fridge cigarette.
There we go. Well, yeah, it's back in apparently. There you go.